And the second thing is how, and we also had a very discussion with the developers and the project leads and the business analyst, how the workflow is going to be for actual users, right? So that thing you have to tell.
You know what? They ask like about test plan. When you mentioned like I was writing the test plan, they said okay.
How do you write it? So,
So
we
how
are
do
going
you
to
write it?
we are
What
going
do
to
you
learn that.
what
We are
do
going to
you
learn that
include with
today.
that, and what is the purpose for the test plan? Oh my God, all kind of questions.
No, definitely we are going to learn today the development of the test plan today.
See this last lady, she was.
So that's what you do in coding phase, right? So preparing test plans, preparing test cases, and review the test cases, peer review. And now you know peer review also, right? What's a peer review means. Now in the testing phase, so what should you say, what was your role in the testing phase?
So my testing phase
Yes.
was to do the functional manual testing, which was included with integration, regression, and system
So
testing.
start with how you started doing your testing. So when you should say that in every week or every month we used to get a build. Build is something that the piece of software they integrate and give you that. So you should say that in testing phase our team was getting the build every week or every month. So we let's say first of a month. So our job was to ready to make our test lab ready for the testing every week or every month. You can say every week will be impressive. You can say every week in the later phases. As soon as we reached to the deadlines, we were receiving the bills every week. Earlier we used to get a bill in every month. So because the development is very slow.
Testing like from the unit test.
From the unit test, we saw that diagram, right? Unit test, then we do the integration testing, and if the build is already verified, and we also check the defects that were reported in the last time. We understood that, right? Build 1, build 2, and build 3. So in first build we got some defect, we reported that, then the developer fixed it and gave us another build. So first thing you check is the build. You do the smoke testing or sanity testing. Smoke testing or sanity testing means testing the major functionality of a software, where you can accept the build and you can say that this build we can on this build we can execute the rest of the test cases, so that we are going to spend like 1 week or 1 month on the testing of that software. So instead of identifying those issues after some time and rejecting the build, it's better always to check the major functionalities of the software and then pass that build, then start doing the entire test case execution, test plan and test case execution for that. So that you can say in my phase, in our testing phase, we got the build every month or every week, and we did our smoke testing.
So okay, we starting we're getting okay. Ask the question again.
So what you did in testing phase?
So basically, I start testing. No, they ask probably like, when did you start testing, right? Well, I start testing from the beginning of the software life cycle. And basically, just every week we're getting the bills, and when we're getting bills, so we start to doing our test, right test cases, and to do testing on the unit test first, and integration.
So when you say I'm starting my testing in the each phases, that means you were involved in the testing, but you did not started testing in the requirement phase itself. You were verifying the requirement, you were making the checklist of the requirements. When they were designing the software, at that time you were not testing anything, you were preparing for the testing. You cannot say I started testing in each phases, but I was involved in each phase. Involved is the word you should say.
But
that.
even just when they asking like actual when you starting this.
So when they started giving us the build.
When they giving us the
Bills, yeah. So when they gave the bills,
so
we were ready
started
with
from
our
the
in our.
unit test.
No, unit testing is not our job.
Okay, so we started with integration.
Integration testing, yeah.
Yeah.
So what you did in integration testing? I gave you an example yesterday.
We seeing like how is the system works with the different parts after the builds was.
That's again theory. What is the example that I gave you? Integration testing.
Oh.
Integration testing means that client and server, there were two teams, client development team and server development team.
Oh yeah. So it's client and server development team, and then when it's build one and build two.
Two.
So when basically like we have 1, 2, 3, so we see like how all these different systems, just like
You work together.
works together.
Like the HL7 would coordinate with the connects?
Not the HL7. HL7 is it's an inter-system testing. That's inter-system.
So basically integration is we checking how is the system works after all these new builds being made it, and see like the how the all this parts working together.
Work together, yeah. You can use that word, yeah. That's fine. And then what you did after executing your test plan, you reported the defect. You found the bugs in the software. We are going to go through a bug life cycle also today.
See, that was my problem too. So when they were asking me like, how do you write this
The defect?
defect?
Yeah, we are going to write. We are coming to that point, right? Don't worry.
And which numbers you putting and what you putting?
We'll go over that today. So that's what you did in testing phase, right? Now you know what was your role. You got the build, you executed your test cases, you wrote the defects for that, right? You prepared your test lab for that first. Before every time they give you a build, where will you install it? How do you start it? So you need a fresh machines. So you can say we had one individual person whose job was to refresh the machines before we install the machine.
So every time we do
New build, it's on a new machine.
Yeah, you said that some guy would come and clear it on Friday night, and then on Monday morning.
You can start doing your testing.
Yeah.
So you can use that. That's really very good.
So if they
So that
ask
shows you
like
have
how
actually worked in a company.
So is it gonna be like should I add it to here? We were getting this new builds and we were starting integration, the testing, and every time we were getting like new build, we were supposed to restart,
Refresh the machine. Refresh the machine.
And
Then we start our testing and report defects.
Yeah, that was in the.
Test lab and test environment both are same thing or?
Yeah, it's a test environment means if that test lab means where everyone sit and everyone start doing their work. They have their own machines, and the test lab has, let's say, 5, 6 machines. Test environment means if you want to deploy your server. What is deployment, or if you want to install your server software in one machine, right? So I say that this is my server. I install my software on this one, and I call this as my test environment. And the next lab, the next machine is allocated to a developer, and the developer installs their build on this one, and the developers only use that machine. So that means that's a developer environment. This is my test environment, and again it's another machine. So it could be a one machine or a collection of machine, because for one software we need more than one servers also sometimes. So we can say that we are right now testing in our test environment. And sometimes what happens, the servers might be in central location, but this is your test lab where every tester is sitting there. They have their computer, but every time they get a build, they have to install in that lab. But there are 3 servers in that. One is testing environment, one is in the development environment, another might be staging, and the other will be production.
what is that means? Well, in my resume, I was used to saying like our team was consist like 6 testers, and in our tables was consisting 250 tables. What is 250 tables? What was it?
Yeah, we will go in the
What
database.
is that?
There is something called database. Database means where you put your records. Let's say when somebody visits to a dental office, so where do you keep their record? In files somewhere, right? They might have a folders. So that thing in a digital world, they store it in a software. If they have 5 patients record, how many visits they did,
So
how many things.
Why 250?
So it could be any number. That's a vague number that they used. Sometimes we required 500, sometimes it required 5 tables. Tables means you have those records behind you, right? Maybe in your dental office, you have a shelf where you put
So
A to Z
should
to
I
Z.
mention here?
when you know the database testing, we'll explain you that what is database, what is SQL. We will understand that.
Yeah,
Then
I
you
heard
can
of
see
that.
what is a table, how do you retrieve the data from there. Then you can see that thing. But right now you can you if you tomorrow if you have an interview, don't say that. And after you learn that thing, you can improve that. So this will be your key.
So
for-
basically, you're saying like in an interview, narrow it down and talk about stuff that you know
or correct always.
always.
And try to emphasize, even though sometimes they ask you some questions you don't know.
What
but
do you say?
this-
What do you respond to that? Like if they ask you something and at the moment you just go blank.
So you can say I have not worked on this thing, but similar thing I have worked. Let's say they
Let's
ask you a
say
database.
Let's say they ask me what black box is, and for the moment I forgot what black box is.
Let's say they ask you white box testing, right?
Yeah.
The white box testing you don't know. So you can say I don't know about white box testing much because I have not worked on that one, but I did work very interestingly into my black box testing. In black box testing I did this thing. Then they'll ask you question about black box testing.
Okay.
So if you show an interest in the other areas, they will try to ask you about that.
Okay.
So basically we have to try and remember.
Correct. Yes. And after we reported the defects, what you did? We made a weekly status report.
Yeah, you
Status
talked
report
about
and
that.
everything.
yes,
So
yes,
today we
I
are going to
didn't
see
know
those.
that.
Today we are going to
How
see
to
the
say that.
templates, how to make
Status-
reports and everything.
You talked
Status
about
report.
that, I think the first day. Or the second.
Yeah. So the status reporting is very important thing. You remember that pyramid chart we saw.
Yeah. And you said sometimes they might do it weekly.
Sometimes
they
do
might
it
do
monthly.
Sometimes they don't bother.
They don't bother. Yeah. So we will go through that. So these are the things you should say. And after deployment phase, you can say we did a user acceptance testing. We prepared the CD and we did that installation testing of the software also. Right. So these are the things. So guys, remember that thing. Practice it one more time in detail.
But why did we do this installation software?
Because let's say I prepare Welcharan has prepared that CD and they went to hospital and they didn't test that installer. So how did that software, even though they made it correct, but it is not properly installed, so entire software is failed. It's a failure to a project. So they need to, after making a build, they need to do